Welcome to Darlington Speedway for the second edition of the Throwback Series in the Aflac Cup Series. We are at Darlington, the Lady in Black, most famous for the Darlington Stripe, which I guarantee some of these drivers today will earn, and some of them may bite the dust, but one has to tame the Lady in Black. Now I'm going to check out your point standings heading into Darlington. Jimmie Johnson locked himself in last week at North Wilkesboro with that big win. Kevin Harvick, Carl Edwards, and Martin Truex Jr. all way above the cut line. Trevor Bayne, Joey Logano, Jeff Gordon, just all within 3 points of the first four out, which are Kyle Busch Jr., Jimmy Lania, and Carter Adelman. You see Kyle Busch just 2 points out. He is on the pole today. Has a fast race car. Kyle Busch has won here before. Can he do it again? Carter Adelman, almost in a must-win situation. 16 points out along with his teammate Jimmy. Both are 16 points out, both looking at almost guaranteed must-wins to make the chase. Joey Logano, he is 3 points to the good. He starts up front along with Kyle Larson, who was leading last race at North Wilkesboro until Chase Elliott took him out, along with Dale Jr., who now finds himself 4 points out. If Jr. doesn't make the next round, that'll upset a lot of fans. Trevor Bayne, he's 3 points to the good. The upset story of the season is Bayne. Can he keep it going? Jeff Gordon, 2 points in. He looks to have a strong card today after getting moved out of the way last week from Jimmie Johnson. Now Brad Keselowski, not in the chase anymore, but he has a very good car along with Denny Hamlin. So look for them both to be fighting for the win in this race. Time for the command. Drivers, start your engines. Cars roar to life here and roll off to start the 10 laps of excitement in Darlington. Now for your starting lineup. In row 1, we have Kyle Busch and Carter Adelman. Row 2, Kurt Busch and Brad Keselowski. Row 3, Jimmy Lania and Denny Hammer and Hamlin. Row 4, Austin Dillon and Carl Edwards. Row 5, David Ragan and Joey Logano. Row 6, Aric Almirola and Kyle Larson. Row 7, Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Kevin Harvick. In row 8, we have Eddie Jones and Trevor Bayne. Row 9, Jeff Gordon and Tony Stewart. Row 10, Martin Truex Jr. and Greg Biffle. Row 11, Jimmie Johnson and Bryce Harvey. Row 12, Ryan Newman and Matt Kenseth. In row 13, we have Clint Bowyer and Chase Elliott. Row 14, Logan McDaniel and Gino Harvey. Row 15, Sam Hornish Jr. and Jamie McMurray. Row 16, Ryan Blaney and Danica Patrick. In row 17, we have Casey Kane and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Row 18, Josh Wise and AJ Allmendinger. Row 19, Landon Castle and Paul Menard. And then in row 20, we have Jeb Burton and Michael Annett. Darlington, second round elimination race. It's a night race, and we have 10 laps here in Darlington. Green flag is out. Here comes Kyle Busch and Carter Adelman. They cross the stripe and head into turn 1. Adelman looks to do a crossover move on Kyle Busch down the backstretch. Busch is going to get a good run off of turn 2, and into turn 3 and 4, he sails to the lead here in Darlington with Adelman close behind him. After 2 laps of action, looks like Brad Keselowski has moved his way into the third position here, past Kurt Busch, and Jimmy Lania has found himself in the top 5. Flyby of the cars, Jeff Gordon making it 3 wide with Jones and Harvick. We got cars, see, they just ride the wall here at Darlington. That's what they do best. And it looks like we got Michael Annett into the wall early. He's the first to hit the Darlington wall and earn the Darlington stripe. Watch as Michael Annett just gets loose and slams that wall. His day is done for Michael Annett. Hard hit. Green flag is back out. Kyle Busch and Carter Adelman now on the front row as they were to start the race, but Adelman gets a good jump from that outside lane. Maybe Busch can learn his lesson and take the outside lane next time. Jimmy Lania moving into the second position. Team Magi, both drivers in must-win situations, both running 1-2. That's how you get it done here to move on to this chase. Is the easiest way is to get a win. As Adelman is trying to do that, but it looks like Jimmy is closing in on him. He has a faster car, it looks like, out on the racetrack here as the laps wind down here in Darlington. We're about halfway through the race here as Adelman takes the cars down the backstretch with Denny Hamlin, as we said. He moves into the third position. Now we got a battle for the lead. Jimmy ducks down under Carter, heading into turn 2. Jimmy's going to take the lead, but Adelman, he is still all over that back bumper as he does the crossover down the backstretch. Adelman back to the lead here in Darlington. Jimmy pulls another crossover. Crossovers left and right here with 4 laps remaining as Jimmy's going to try and clear him this time, and he does. Adelman slips back to second. Edwards up to fourth now as Kyle Busch, and looks like he's in the 6th position. Jeff Gordon and Trevor Bayne battle for position here. As looks like we got a flyby of the field here down the front stretch, crossing the line. There's Gordon, Bayne, Harvick. All these chasers need to have good runs to advance. Oh, we got a crash. There's a crash in turn 4. Danica Patrick, Josh Wise, and AJ Allmendinger. Here's the let's see what happened here. Oh, Danica gets into Josh Wise. Allmendinger gets turned around and I think knows at Landon Castle. AJ Allmendinger, Josh Wise, and Danica Patrick, all with hard hits. Now, 2 laps to go here. Green flag is out. Carter Adelman and Jimmy take him to the line. Here comes Denny Hamlin and Carl Edwards making a 3 wide with Adelman. Adelman in the wall. Here comes Kyle Busch ducking low. He goes around on the nose of Almirola. Jeff Gordon goes around as well. My goodness, it's chaos here in Darlington. 2 chasers who look to be advancing to next round. Kyle Busch and Jeff Gordon. Kyle Busch with a tremendous hit into that wall. Jeff Gordon as well. Watch as Almirola turns Kyle Busch. And then Gordon's going to go off the nose of, looks like, Austin Dillon. There it is again. Kyle Busch going around. Jeff Gordon. Great job by Jeff Gordon not to go back up in front of the field there. So Jeff Gordon looks like he will be eliminated in his final season. And Carter Adelman looks to be eliminated as well with that hard hit into the outside wall. Let's check that out again. Watch this. He goes 3 wide with Edwards and Hamlin. Into the wall he goes. Carl Edwards has a flat tire. He has to come down pit road. This could be big chase implications for Carl Edwards if he is sitting in the back here. We got a green-white checkered finish here in Darlington. Jimmy in a must-win situation. He looks to be the one that's going to take him to the checkered flag. Jimmy gets a great jump on that restart. But here comes Brad Keselowski, who gets an even better start. Denny Hamlin to the inside of Jimmy. As we said in the pre-race show, look for Keselowski and Hamlin to battle it out. Looks like nobody will advance on a win here as Keselowski and Hamlin. But here comes Kyle Larson jumping into 3rd position. Hamlin and Keselowski make contact. Larson makes it 3 wide. Tons of momentum heading into turn 3. Can he make it stick? Larson in the wall, but he gets it to go. Hamlin's not going to catch him. Kyle Larson wins at Darlington. What a finish here in Darlington as Kyle Larson takes it home after getting into the wall. But he just kept driving it, and Kyle Larson takes it home in Darlington. He definitely stole the show. Kyle Larson burns it down with that damage on the right side after hitting the wall. Let's check out that instant replay. Hamlin and Keselowski going to have contact here in turn 2. And that's going to slow him up and give Kyle Larson a big charge of momentum down here. And he's going to drive it in. And just right there, he gets in the wall. Barely scrapes it. He keeps it going. Denny Hamlin, not enough time. Larson wins the 2nd round elimination race and advances to the next round. I think he would have been good on points either way, but it's good enough to be safe and get a win. So Kyle Larson wins. And 58 and the 89 are both eliminated. Sad to say, Jimmy was just 5 points out. 18 is eliminated. Kyle Busch wrecking twice in this round, along with Jeff Gordon, who almost won last week at North Wilkesboro. It's kind of like a Matt Kenseth situation. Will he get revenge on Jimmy Johnson? I don't think so, but it could happen between like Matt Kenseth and Joey Logano. So here's your rest of your point standings here. You can read them off, see where your favorite driver is. But Kyle Larson, definitely the story of the day with a huge last lap pass to advance into the next round. So we're going to check out your finishing results here. First place, Kyle Larson. Big win today, moving on. Second place, Denny Hamlin. Who had a good run. Then third, just coming up short, is Jimmy, who does not advance today. Fourth place today was Brad Keselowski. With top 5 with Eric Almirola. Sixth place is Joey Logano, who had a great run. Very solid all day long. Advances in on points. 8th today was Eddie Jones. And then 9th place was Dale Earnhardt Jr. 10th place today, Trevor Bayne. And in 11th was David Ragan. 12th today, Kevin Harvick. Top 12 finish, not too bad. Austin Dillon came home 13th today. And then Jimmie Johnson, last week's winner, with a solid run today. Very quiet, but he could advance on just top 10s if he does not get a win in his next 3 races. Martin Truex Jr. was very quiet today. He finishes 13th. 17th today was Tony Stewart, along with his idol, or not his idol, Tony Stewart's idol, whatever. I don't know what I'm talking about. Bryce Harvey's idol was Tony Stewart. That's all I wanted to say. Okay, moving on. 22nd today was Chase Elliott, and then 23rd was Matt Kenseth, who also had a very quiet day. He's had a very quiet season, as a matter of fact. Jamie McMurray had a good run last week, finishes 24th today. Logan McDaniel, very quiet day as well. Carl Edwards came back to finish 26th, and he advances. 27th was Casey Kane. 28th, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., and then 29th is Ryan Blaney. 30th today, Gino Harvey, and then 31st was Paul Menard. 32nd today was Landon Castle, and 33rd, Jeb Burton. Then here's the heartbreak of the day. Carter Adelman led the most laps, ends up 34th. Jeff Gordon does not advance after getting wrecked. He finishes 35th. Kyle Busch does not advance as well after getting turned. He finishes 36th. Danica Patrick, the Lady in Black, does not tame the Lady in Black. Josh Wise, AJ Allmendinger, and Danica all involved in that crash that brought up 2 laps to go. And then Michael Annett finishes 40th. Next race, we head to Rockingham for the first race of the 3rd round. This is JG24, JM26, signing out.